All right. Night of the Witches 2. Next.
The melodies stirred an emotion like nostalgia within them. Something once familiar but now lost to this world. They believed beyond a shadow of a doubt that it would play for all eternity. From opening stanza to final coda, it was a mysterious siren song, merry yet longing, that herald a return from dreams to reality.
Yeah, sure. Let's
Cat.
go with that, I guess. That's a
The
cat.
night shook. A song was spun. Now their lost paradise was unearthed. Abandoned dreams. Forsaken idols. They all responded to the cry of the blue cat.
What's so special about this cat?
Weapon?
Is its eye glowing blue?
His weapon is
it's
a
freaking sans.
cat.
It's
Oh my
freaking
God.
sans. Anyways.
Oh no.
Anyways.
The name
Real.
of that bell was Diddle Diddle, Banquet of the Night.
Yes. Also, we have Frank this time.
Yes, I am here.
You missed a bit.
I'm sure I missed a lot. The last thing I recall was the flashback sequence of a car and a cat that got mulched.
So you've missed a lot.
That's literally you've missed literally
Yeah,
everything.
You
Oh my
basically
god.
missed everything. You missed how cute.
It's
You'll
fine.
catch up. It'll be
You'll
fine.
catch up.
I'll catch up. I'll catch up.
Sure.
I'll
Totally.
understand everything.
I guess.
Probably.
Hey, all you
It's
need
fine,
to know is that
it's fine.
Sojiro
I
is best
think
boy.
we're-
That's really all you need to know.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of people are trying to kill him right now.
He saw too much.
Saw too much. He saw way too
All
much, dog.
fables made possible, all marvels made real, by the magecraft of Alice Kuonji, more magical than magic itself.
I don't really think that's possible, but all right. Maybe in the metaphorical sense.
How selfish of you. Is that something you can really decide on your own, Alco? Alice sat perched atop the clock tower like a black bird of ill omen.
What a descriptor. All right.
She smoothed the ruffles of her skirt as if she were preening. They're just gonna use bird analogies. Alice.
Okay, sure. Whatever you say, Miss Raven Queen.
There was tension in Alco's voice as she lifted her head. The calm atmosphere from a moment prior had long since been shooed away by Alice's gaze.
Yeah, oh, wait, I have a line. Okay, I'm gonna put down my Pocky real quick. That girl. I've seen her somewhere before.
Sojiro searched his hazy memory. He could not clearly make out her face at this distance, but he was sure he had seen her around town a number of times. Where and when eluded him, however, as the tension in the air kept him from connecting all the dots.
You just saw him today, dude.
Well, isn't this a turn of events? I didn't know you cared so much, Alice. I thought you were going to leave tonight to me. Alco readied her guard and took half a step forward. Unconscientiously. From an from an objective standpoint,
I believe in you.
From an objective standpoint, it almost looked as though she were protecting the figure beside her.
Oh, thanks.
Alice's silence grew even heavier. Her eyes, fixed on the ground below her, were devoid of emotion. An indescribable sense of dread and pressure laid claim over the plaza.
A bell?
If he strained his ears, he could make out the faint ringing of a bell echoing in the distance. The rippling sound waves seemed unbelievably to be emanating from under the ground.
Excuse me? Hey, Aozaki, that girl, she's...
Quiet.
Alright.
Leave this to the adults. Sojiro stepped back, trying to stay out of the way. It was as though he had been told to go to hell.
Oh, okay.
For the crime of asking if the girl was Alco's friend. I wouldn't go so far as to say I cared. I simply had a feeling something might be wrong and came to check. It's not as though I had any doubt regarding your ability to handle the job. Much appreciated. It would have been nice if you had thought to come check on me a bit earlier, though. As you can see, things seem to have worked themselves out. It's late, so don't let me keep you, Alice, since you have no doubt about my ability, right? It's so weird that she has, like, no even, like, indication of a pupil.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, no,
she's
just
got
black.
fucking anti-Hyuga eyes. Like, from Naruto? Yeah.
Anti-Hinata
Well,
eyes.
it's the Hyuga line. That's her last name.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
oh,
Hinata
right.
Hyuga. So she has Hyuga, she's
I see.
anti-Hyuga eyes. Because instead of being pure white, they're fucking black.
It's all black.
No,
No pupils. No pupils allowed here.
barely even any eye shines. Their eyes locked on one another. Alice's stare was uncomfortably cold. Alco's was bold, daring Alice to aim her complaints. Or to air her complaints. I think I've changed my mind. I'm here now. So why don't the two of us go home? That's more your style anyway, Alco. You can't tell me all about your adventures with the puppet on the way. What's that supposed to mean? Go home, Alice. Shut yourself in your room and make some more of your worthless birds.
Damn, alright.
She was being nice. Or at least seemingly to attempt it. Alco?
Oh no. Mom and Mom are fighting.
Hey, puppets. The moms are fighting. A disappointed sigh escaped Alice's delicate lips. It seemed that the black-clad girl was more astonished than angry. Alco, I hate to say this, but Seriously? Quietly, Alice questioned her roommate of nearly 2 years. You surprised me. Did you not say that you would protect our secret together? Are you still having trouble letting go of the other side? Or has compassion taken a hold of you? Not at all. This isn't compassion. I just felt like doing it this way. What? There
There are no
are
quotes around that, but okay, sure.
No plan survives contact with the enemy, you know that. The same goes for my mood. Besides, who goes out of her way to keep a promise she made forever ago? A little old-fashioned if you asked me. Is that how you view marriage? That feels like a pretty, strong promise you make to someone forever ago.
Fair enough.
Anyways, the proverbial knives were out now.
Just like the movie.
Knives Out is a very good movie.
It is, yes.
No quarter was given, no quarter taken. Sadly, their partnership was one of convenience and had not reached the level of mutual understanding. Their version of friendship was both delicate and unique. When a confident opinion arose, each would refuse to budge until the other crumbled.
Yikes.
Fun.
What a great friendship.
Roommateship.
They were roommates. I can say that.
Roommates. Oh my god, they were roommates.
I remember distinctively that they were yeah, they have a mutual understanding of each other, but given the chance, they would literally kill each other. So
that's what Alice basically said. So
great, love that.
Neither was concerned for the other's plight, and at least for now, that was how they liked it. You know, I've come to accept stupid outbursts like that from you. Once again, she let out a sigh, even larger than the one before. Why don't we save this argument for later? I can make him disappear on my own.
I'd like you to not do that.
Finally, she struck straight to the point. As if making to move a chess piece, Alice lifted her slender finger. That's a fork.
That is a fork, yes.
Oh.
Hmm? That's all you said. All right.
All right then.
The man's about to become spaghetti.
It's Fiore versus Tuxedo Mask all over again.
Holy shit.
Even this simple action seemed mysterious to Sojiro, the same boy who had been hunted by his classmate Aoko Awazaki and borne witness to an automaton. Aoko's violence and an animated doll. Though perhaps far beyond the realm of logic, both these things were derived from reality. As surprised as he had been, there was no need to think of them as total mysteries. However, when the thing appeared out of thin air, a seemingly unrelated gesture, he had no word for it besides mysterious. Sojiro stood motionless, captivated by this stage performances. By this... Yes, I
You
tried to
good?
yawn, crack my jaw.
I
We're all
see.
good. Captivated by this stage performer's magic trick, as the girl's single-finger magecraft turned into an attack directed at him. Do you ever, like, start recording something, but that just makes you, like... Or, like, read something out loud and it just makes you tired? For, like, no reason. Because, like, I'm fine, but I keep
Fair.
yawning.
Real.
Good.
Now, why would you attack someone with a fork?
More stabs. Hold on. I can do this. Hold on. More stabs. Pops out my knife.
Oh my god.
My goodness.
A blue light flew from the side of the flew from the side to repel it, annihilating it without a trace. Oh crap. Aoko immediately regretted her reflexive shot. It's 'cause she likes it.
Sawazaki.
I didn't do it for you. I just... What are you doing? You're not satisfied with breaking just our promise, so you must break the rules as well. The already chilled midwinter air plunged below freezing. Alice looked calm and collected on the outside, but in reality she was sometimes even more hot-blooded than Aoko. If it's if it's below freezing currently, then, like, fucking Aoko must be, like, wearing, like, insulated, like, stockings and some shit. Because, like, there is no way that she's not
for sure.
freezing in that outfit. At least you know that Alice's is, like, lined, because we've seen it. But, like...
She's even got a little hat.
Hello. There we go. Especially when it concerned her family. Her familiars. That's not what I thought that said. Accidentally destroying one of them would result in a week of silent treatment. But maliciously destroying one, Alice would reserve the right to retaliate without fair warning. Whoops! I figured I'd do that someday, but I couldn't have picked a worse time. Though Aoko was shocked at the depths of her own stupidity, she also was in fact a little bit relieved. She did not intend to make any excuses, and she had no regrets. If she had broken the rules, then so had Alice. Aoko? How do I put it? If anything, this took a load off her mind. After all, now there was no going back. Aoko never intended to break her own rules. If there was anything for Aoko to regret, it was putting too little power into her shot.
Oof. Oof. Alright. Dang. Oh boy. Things are heating up. Alright.
I have a problem with this guy dying tonight.
I have a problem with dying in general.
We'll get back to you. Shush. So, can we reschedule this execution? What difference does a day make?
I'd like to not be executed at all.
Shh, we'll get back to that. Can you imagine? I'm just saying that if this were not Type Moon, if this were like any other anime, manga, whatever, visual novel, I would bet money that the way they would get out of this is that it's like, okay, now you need to marry her, because then you'll be a part of the a part of like the
Oh my
wizarding world or the
God.
magecraft world, and then you're allowed
Right.
to know. Like that is how that would
Absolutely.
go. Like you
Right.
can't tell me that it's not how that would go. But this is Type Moon.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But this is Type Moon. There is a non-zero chance
At the
he
end.
will die. So
It's not zero.
I really hope not. But like,
Oh my god, if he dies and that's the reason that they're never gonna give him an android, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. I want my
Oh my
Nendroid
God.
boy. I just want
please, where's the Sojiro Nendo?
son. Taking on a pro bono case in the defense of suspect S was the socially acceptable thing. Is this personal? So what if it is? You know that paying back my debts is pretty important to me. More important than our agreement? Sure, depending on the time and place. Sojiro's human... I thought that was gonna say human right hand. I was like, why wouldn't his hand be human?
What?
Sojiro's human
This
rights...
is gonna be a Dante situation.
Sojiro's human rights had not yet entered the argument.
I really hope they had.
It's kind of something I enjoy having. The girls
I like my rats.
The girls were busy pouring oil on each other on each other's flames.
What?
Yeah, like they're heated. They're
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
metaphor.
You know, metaphorically.
The girl clad in black was the first to move, or rather, to erupt. I see. I understand how you feel, Alko. But I'm going to have to kill him here.
Hey, can you not though?
I believe that you would let him live.
And I'm internally grateful for that.
Shall I take that to mean you're ready to fight me for it? You damn well know I'd rather not. Alko bit back the retort. She was very familiar with Alice's magecraft, and knew painfully well how many mystics were hidden in Alice's tiny body.
Oh, great.
The odds of victory were essentially non-existent. And once the first shot had been fired, Alice Kuanji was without mercy. Whether facing a roommate or a friend. Ooh, you see that? You see that red eyeball?
Ooh. Oh God. Now she's Sans.
No, she's anti-Sans.
Anti-Sans.
Iris.
I don't know about that. Like friggin' what's the name of the
I have
AU?
no idea.
The
Friggin' what is it called?
Underfill AU,
Underfill?
something like
I
that.
don't
Yeah,
know.
sure. Let's go with that.
A most beloved family member or stranger.
Iris no longer believes in you.
God.
Once Alice began to fight as a witch, she became a heartless, unflappable monster. Why unflappable? What does
Good question.
He has no wings.
Sure.
He has no head.
Alko advanced another half step forward as if to encourage herself.
Being calm in a crisis, that's what it means.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
I believe in you, Aozaki. You can do it.
Your life depends on it.
This little country
That is
bumpkin
that's
so
partially
enjoyable
why
to
I
live.
am that is partially why I am supporting you. Yes.
This man. This man.
What's Sojiro's full name? It's Sojiro Suzuki.
Suzuki.
Sojiro Suzuki can't be allowed to live. What are you doing?
No, please. No. Anyways.
It was too late to back down now. The situation was no longer a trivial quarrel
Trivial.
over a witness. The bedrock of their so-called friendship had nothing to do with their individual abilities, but everything to do with being equals in will. That is why, in order to stay true to herself, Alco had no room for compromise or deception. Of course I'm going to make sure that this idiot lives, even if it means killing you. And besides... Wiggle, wiggle. Her magic circuits howled as they kicked into gear. I cannot read that.
What?
It's kind of wonky on my screen. Hold on. Oh no, I can kind of.
Oh, okay.
Her body,
All right.
which had been mostly dormant during the
Dormant.
battle with the puppet, ignited, preparing to demonstrate its true worth. Oh, there we go. We're all better. I guess sharing your screen just doesn't like the moving bits.
I guess
I can't
so.
wait for this video to go up and you can actually like watch it because it's kind of funny. Because once the first line went gray, I couldn't read it at all. It just looked like little pixels.
Oh, dang.
We were going to end up killing each other in the end anyway. Her courage overpowered any fear she had for her opponent, because they were going to be in an epic war for the Holy Grail. And they were gonna kill each other for that wish. I don't know.
Sure, let's go with
That's
that.
the working theory. It's probably completely wrong, but who knows?
Absolutely, probably not. Probably wrong,
Okay,
but like, you know, who
wouldn't it
knows?
be
Whatever.
funny anyways?
It would be pretty funny, to be fair.
Turning her body, her magic circuits, to become like the barrel of a gun, Alco fired a magic bullet. It was an exceedingly basic magecraft formula. There was no nature. Oh my god, there was no nature interference, no cheating of wind, no creating of wind, parting of water, or hasting of decay. Hastening. It was simply the process of converting the imaginary action known as magical energy into something real before releasing it as heat. Also, it automatically would cauterize a wound, I suppose. Like,
Probably.
I don't know. We don't know because no one's ever gotten fucking shot with one.
No one's actually been hit. I mean, if it hits something, it like blows it up,
Fair.
kind of.
Thus, Alco's destructive power was equal to her supply of magical energy. The magic bullets she had used against Sojiro were among the most basic single-action magecraft that did not require an incantation. At her present ability, Alco's main mode of attack, her magic bullet, could be fired at 3 levels of power. Soft, ow, holy shit.
Sure, let's go with that.
It's like when you turn on a fan, it's like, that's better. Oh my god, it's gonna fall off the ceiling.
Yes. Real.
These were at the 2nd level. You have reached the 2nd level. This required a double action magecraft, a casting through activation of her crest combined with a simplified incantation. Oh boy. Oh boy, 3 a.m. However, without blinking, Alice dispersed the shot that Alco had mustered all of her spirit to fire.
Oof. All right.
So true.
Sojiro in the back.
Alco tutted in frustration. Tut tut. A swift sneak attack magecraft that used a simplified incantation would not be enough to break Alice's guard. As stiff as ever, I see. Don't you think that shell is making you complacent? Alco provoked Alice in order to disguise her own lack of composure. Somehow Alice seemed delighted by Alco's bravado. I suppose this is what they call fighting words. I've never fought to the death for such a trivial reason. Oh, so she's fought to the death before. Great.
Probably. And I'm guessing all those times she's won, so because she isn't dead yet, so
I'm really shocked. Humans are such conceited creatures. Alice giggled. Smiling with heartfelt amazement, Alice gestured her left hand toward the earth.
Oh, what now? Oh boy,
Now,
that's
it is time for you to die. Zap, 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 zap.
She really do be having unlimited silverware works, huh?
It's turning into Be Our Guest. Beef ragu, cheese souffle, pie and pudding on flambe.
Guess and we'll put you right to rest.
Countless utensils shot out from underneath the cobblestones paving the plaza. Suzuki, get back!
Eh?
She grabbed his hand as she shouted, jumping backwards before he even had a chance to respond.
But Aozaki, I'm
We can deal
hungry.
with that later! You won't be hungry if you're dead! As if they had wills of their own, the utensils that had suddenly appeared from the ground gave chase. Oh my god, can you imagine the fork just like...
Oh crap.
As the barrier of spears grew around them, Alco and Sojiro put some distance between themselves and the clock tower. That all you got? Just under 30 feet stood between them and Alice. The lethal weapons that had crumbled the stone beneath them fell short of what Alco had anticipated. They now encircled the clock tower, making the scene look like a burning for a witch at the stake. Isn't this backwards? You'd expect the spears to... Hold on. You'd expect the spears to try and stop us from escaping. The path behind them was safe. And if they wanted, they could try to make a break for the main gate and escape. Are you sure about this, Alice? Sorry, but if you're going to let me escape, I'm not going to pass the chance up. If she could just make it to the back tower, or if she could just make it back to town, it would be Alco's win.
Thank you, Sojiro, for that incredible expression.
He's just a little baby. He's got like a Scooby-Doo face, because they didn't have whites in their eyes, you know?
He really does.
Look at him.
I need to know more about this person, but I'll ask later.
They've only just now asked about the bandages around his neck.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't know
wait,
what that's about.
He's got bandages on his neck, and we still have no fucking idea why.
I have many ideas as to why.
Well, he can talk, so it's not because of that. All she wanted to do was let Sojiro get away for the night, so if she could...
I mean, magic can do anything.
So if she could get him back to the city, it would be, for the most part, mission accomplished. Or so she had thought. Without even offering a glance at her targets below, Alice carefully and lovingly pulled out a bottle from her pocket.
That's not great.
A green flask?
Your wine? Is it a peace offering?
Wait, that's... Damn it, fire! Her shot was deflected with ease. Gone was Alco's earlier bravado. It was only natural. Alco had indeed grown as a mage. Over the last 2 years of study, her studies had progressed well. And she's more or less gotten a grasp on her roommate's tendencies and abilities. This had made her conceited enough to believe that, under favorable circumstances, she'd be able to show Alice a thing or two in a fight. Alice uncorked the magical bottle. A gentle breeze caressed her neck, or caressed her cheek. Diddle diddle flew as a new player stepped onto the stage. But from where would it enter? The sound of footsteps, a nostalgic parade approached.
Excuse me?
No. No way.
Huh.
Did we go back in time?
Is
It just electricity? Like, is it just electricity in a bottle?
Well, let's find out, I guess.
I'm not sure if magic like that should be in the hands of someone, but so I hope it's not time. Hope it's not time travel.
Fair, real, so true.
Unfortunately, it was true. It is time travel.
What?
Oh god.
No,
God
no, no.
damn it.
Please.
I'm sure it's just like electricity in a bottle.
Probably.
Hopefully.
This was a miracle that Alco Awazaki, an apprentice mage, had never witnessed.
The music really do be swelling.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get absolutely whacked.
That's a full-ass orchestra right there.
Whacked.
Oh boy.
The dead came to life. The inanimate awakened. The woods were enveloped by the mist. Fire-breathing lizards lurked in the swamps. Puppets made merry at midnight. What?
Sure, whatever you say.
Alice Kuanji's slender fingers had transfigured the entirety of the park, as if gently stroking the back of an elderly cat. Very well. Very well. Let us play pretend, Alco. For one night, the wasteland of dashed hopes and dreams were restored to its former glory.
Was it illusory time travel? It shows you what it looked like before?
don't know.
Maybe? A bounded field?
Maybe.
Perhaps? I don't know,
They haven't
man.
told us.
What is this?
It-
What's the level of the spell this is in D&D?
Good question. I don't know.
It was. Why is her eye blue now?
Oh god, now she is Sans.
It was an.
It's the exact same
It was an
eye.
immortal monster.
It is the
ready
same
to
eye, yeah.
devour reality. A dark fairy tale that once unleashed would never let its prey escape.
Well, yeah, I'd like for it to escape
I
though.
would like to not be a prey so I can escape. Run if you dare.
I certainly do.
I don't believe you'll get far, but if you
Country
can survive
bumpkin
the
man.
night, I'll concede this round to you.
Oh, Five Nights at Alco's?
Five nights at Alice's. Oh
Alice's,
god.
Pizzaplex?
Alice's Pizzaplex. No.
Her declaration.
Five
Nights at
Alice's
Mitzi's.
Security Breach.
5 Nights at Kawanji's.
Five Nights at Kumonji.
Her declaration marked the start of a desperate battle. The witch in black laughed at her friend. Her musical mirth filled with affection, sadness, and innocent delight. Faded glory returned to Kitsyland.
Oh god, Five Nights at Kitsy's. The Kitsy Wheel.
The neon glow of
Innumerable?
Okay. Of innumerable lights illuminated the night. Speakers filled the air with the sound of vinyl music. Merry-go-rounds, small and large, whirled round and round. And in all in all, it made for a mind-bending spectacular.
Speaking of spectacle, imagine you're just like randomly out and about and you just like see
I was
that one
just
rando
thinking
abandoned
that.
amusement park just like
Swell to
like
life.
in a snap instant, just boom,
Well, and
you
it's
know,
so bright.
in the middle of
And
the
it's
friggin'
so
night.
bright. So like, especially if this is like a more like secluded-ish town, like probably
Right?
they don't like, maybe like they have a couple street lights, but it's not as like light polluted as like say a big city would be. So like this bitch would like be bright, like people would see this.
This is gonna glow. Everyone would
Like
see
unless
this
Alice
in the middle of the night
unless
through their
Alice put a
windows.
bounded field around this and like it doesn't look like this from the outside looking in, like
I'm guessing that's what's going to happen.
oh my god,
but
could
like,
you imagine if people like were like, guys, like let's do a test of courage on this night randomly and go to Kitsyland because it's all weird and abandoned, and they enter the field and they're just like, what the fuck?
Yo, what
all
the
the rides
shit?
are back.
Oh my god.
The prize stalls have been filled. There's popcorn
Oh,
everywhere.
no, but it's Kitsyland. So this so it's
actually
Kitsyland-
bread.
Kitsyland is a
It's
bread
actually
business. So the Kitsy bread
Yes.
was like the whole thing. And I made a joke about this.
Yes, they're selling
I made
bread.
a joke
instead of
about
popcorn.
They're selling bread.
So
Real.
I made a joke about this on the episode that has the joke erased because it got erased. But I was joking and I was like, can you imagine if there's just like all of the like the food lines, but it's like here's specifically croissants and here's like corn dogs and then like pigs in a blanket and baguettes. And then like further down they have like meat buns or like, you know, like things like that. But it's like each stall has a specific type of breaded thing that they make.
But like that ended up being
Popcorn
real.
I think
And-
that ended up really being real.
Oh my god. So are you telling me that their popcorn stands are actually
Yes.
crouton
Yes.
stands?
Wait.
Like,
Wait, okay, hang on. If an amusement park started selling like just bags of croutons, I will not lie. There's a decent chance that I'd buy it.
You know, people miss out if you sell
Hey, it's a
if
themed
you
theme
sell
park.
salads to people. Why wouldn't you sell the bag of croutons? Like, why wouldn't you sell like a little like snack bag of croutons? Croutons
Real?
are
Exactly.
not
Exactly.
expensive.
It's true.
You can get like a 50-pound bag for $30.
Salted croutons, cheese
What
powder
is that in
croutons.
what is that in Japanese yen? Like 3,000?
No.
Wait,
Um,
wait, is it 1,000 is like a
1,000 yen
dollar,
is
right?
about $1,
Or
so it'd be like 30,000 yen.
30,000? Okay, 30,000. Okay.
That's 30,000
That's not
yen.
bad.
Like,
What would that be in 1989?
130
I
yen.
don't even fucking know.
130 yen is a dollar.
130 yen. Okay. 130. Okay.
Okay, but still, it would be about
130.
30,000. We'll do that. It'd be about 30,019, whatever the fuck.
Okay. Hey, Frank, do you mind doing the calculations for that in like for
I shall do.
1989?
How much dollars? Give me the dollar. $89. $89. 89 good.
We'll buy you a bag of croutons.
Oh, God. Nearly 12 grand. Nearly 12 grand yen.
12 grand.
So,
Yeah.
so 12,000 yen for a 50-pound bag of croutons.
Great.
I mean, sounds like a
Fucking
good
dirt
deal.
cheap
Sounds
for
like a
these
good
little
deal.
buggers. I'm sure
Let's
if you even bought
go.
them in like crates, it'd be even like cheaper. So,
True.
because that's.
Anyways, let's
They
continue. Let's
they
continue the visual
technically make
novel.
Anyways, bulk buying things
They
aside.
wait. They tag. I just want to say. I imagine the bread that they sell. They tactically make the price lower for the bread to make sure people buy the bread, even though both the bread and the bag of croutons have the exact same
And probably
mass.
shelf life.
Yeah,
But you would
probably.
have to.
Yes.
But anyways, yes, it's an amusement park and it sells bread.
Anyways, all in all, it made for a
Yes.
mind-bending spectacle.
This is the vlog now of this place. Bread. Bread
bread,
park.
bread park, bread
It's the
park.
bread park. It's Kitty Land.
Dude, Five Nights at
It was
Kitsy's.
certainly possible to
Oh,
power
goodness.
the facilities by transmutating magical energy into electricity via alchemy. So that is what she did. So
That
it
is
was
what
just
she
a
is
vial of
doing.
electricity,
How
basically.
how good must the engineering be for this theme park that every single light, incandescent and LED, is still functioning
Magic,
properly?
actually. It's alchemy.
It's probably just magic, dog.
I know. No, she said she's turning the magic energy into electricity. That doesn't mean that
that doesn't mean that
fixed
that
lights.
doesn't mean that she fixed the lights. I guess it's fair.
Well, to be fair, Kittyland was not open for long.
No, it was not. Like, what was it? 5 years,
How long
maybe.
was
Oh, it's
it
been
abandoned?
abandoned for like 10 years.
How long was it abandoned?
Yeah, it's been abandoned for 10 years. Kittyland itself was open for
5.
like 5 max.
Damn.
Like not even a decade, dude.
Anyways, energy into electricity via alchemy.
Yeah, it was way too ambitious for a
Had
friggin'
to close
bread
it down
company.
because of the bite of 93.
The bite of 83.
That
Holy
said,
crap.
simply supplying the park with electricity would not have brought it back to life, that which was broken.
Fair.
The
Oh,
young
there it
woman
is. Okay.
did this by not by mixing chemicals into a compound, but by melting down divine providence into a witch's brew.
I need you to run that by me
What?
again. She melted
Divine
down
providence.
what?
I don't know what that is.
Sure. All right. Whatever you
How-
say.
what-
I
Where do you get this divine providence from?
obviously
What's
the friggin' Divine Providence
Wait,
store.
Of course.
The Divinity store.
Yeah, you troglodyte. You don't know what divine providence is?
Absolute Philistine.
I will say. Oh my god.
Damn, my bad. My bad. I don't know. I don't know where the divine Walmart
Divine
is.
woman. This is bad. I've seen her ploys, and this is one of, and this is, and oh my god, and this one is something completely new.
Alco, the merry-go-round is up. You want to go?
Darling, just you stupid tall boy. Can you give me like 2 minutes? I will deal with you later.
I wonder if if they got them teacups.
I just imagine she's just like rubbing her temples, just like, oh my god, oh lord.
She's constantly weighing the value of his life to see if he's worth the trouble.
Basically, every 2 seconds. Every time he opens his
Oh my
mouth.
god.
Sit. Or I don't know who said that. Oh yeah, no, okay, that was her.
Yeah,
That was
that's
her. I was smart. I remember things. Stifling her anxiety, Alco fired up the crest of her on her right arm. If magic circuits were Mage's engine, then their crest was software that assisted their magecraft. For the fledgling mage Alco, this was her trump card. All she had to do was supply magical energy to her crest-based formula. It may not have been the strongest magecraft, but it was hers, proof that she was the successor of the Awazaki lineage. Execute double layer. Direct current to crest.
Okay, sure.
The pattern on her crest shifted to execute the formula, which then connected to her magical circuits. The process resembled trains changing rails, a puzzle involving dozens of circuits. She constructed it as swiftly as possible without sacrificing the quality of its construction. Instant magecraft cast without an incantation would not be enough to reach Alice Kwanji. Alco had granted the strength of Alice's defense the strength of Alice's defense with her initial shot. Gauged? Fuck, I don't know how.
Gauged.
Gauged, whatever the fuck it says.
Sure.
She would now dial up the power 5 times the next time, driving 20 tons of force into her target. Okay.
20 tons? Dog, that's like 3 elephants.
Just imagine 3 elephants just getting shot at you.
Better load up the elephant cannon,
Alright, Gumbo, let's go.
Holy shit.
Alice,
They are at an amusement
Right?
park, so I mean.
Alice had the protection of the thick hanging fog and the dense barrier around her. However, this attack would be more than enough to pierce through both.
I don't know if 30 tons does piercing damage. I think it's just bludgeoning at that point.
Truth be told, it is only 20, but fair.
If Alco struck home, at best, it would cave in Alice's chest and end the fight. At worst, it would at least knock Alice down from her position atop the clock tower. Oh my god.
Hey, I've got a question.
As always, there was one guy who spoiled the deadly tension, pulling Alco out of killer mode. Sojiro had been looking back and forth between Alco and Alice in confusion.
What's going on now?
He said it like he might ask for directions to the train station.
You guys mind if I go a couple rounds on the merry-go-round?
Sometime
Maybe a bit of a spin in the
I will
teacups.
use my own hands. to strangle you. If you don't just shh for 2 minutes.
Is that the roller kitsy?
I've only ever seen that in magazines. Normally, she would have lashed out, screaming in response, but his entirely serious tone shocked her more than it angered her. Unbelievable. Is this my life now? Alco swallowed back a sigh and returned her focus to activating her crest. Negotiation. Oh my god, fuck. Negotiations have broken down. I pissed her off a bit too much.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
From her perspective, this is a good chance to kill me off, along with the entire theme park, I guess. And that includes you.
Aw, man. Aw, man.
Aw, double man.
Oh, double man. Eh?
Sojiro tilted his head as if begging for a simpler explanation. She's really got it in for me. I can't imagine what sort of death she has in store if she catches me. What I'm saying is, neither you or me are getting out of this alive unless we do something about her.
Oh, that's not great.
Oh my god, it looks like a meme. You know exactly what meme I'm talking about, right?
Oh my
So
god, it does look like
Anyways.
the meme.
So you're saying I got
This
dragged
needs
into
to be
your
the thumbnail.
quarrel?
This needs to be the thumbnail.
Hold on. I can probably do a little something.
Is this the right button? Nope, that's not it.
I don't think we figured out the button yet.
No. There we go.
Button! Yay, a button! What button is it?
Whew. Whatever.
Never mind, it's okay.
The B. B.
It's the B
Sure,
button
let's
you
go with
said?
that.
Oh.
When you're
The B
waiting in
button.
line for when you're waiting in line for a bag of croutons.
Fair. You hit the B button while you wait for croutons.
Sure. Yep. The
Uh-huh.
B button.
It might be different on your Switch, so check your keys.
Yeah. Buttons. Buttons.
No, I know, but they're key locks, aren't they? Isn't that what you call them?
Yeah. Yep.
No,
Yep.
isn't that what do they call them? I mean, button caps? Are they? I know people call them different things. They're either button caps or key locks.
Yup. Sure.
Oh my
Whatever
God.
you say. Anyways.
Darling, my
What's happening? What is happening?
Good question.
Oh my god. Pretty much.
Anyways. Holy crap.
As Sojiro protested in a tone wholly inappropriate to the situation, Alco let out another blast rip from her right arm. She was not aiming at Sojiro, though.
And I thank you kindly for
I
that.
enjoy living. A little earlier in the day, and Alco would have been happy to do exactly that. But now her attention her attention was forced on the girl in black atop the clock tower.
Holy crap.
Censored a goddamn space.
Horse?
Oh, Pegasi, actually.
Oh.
She could hardly grasp the situation amidst her astonishment. She fired the strongest, fastest magical bullet she had the ability to conjure, and Alice blocked it. That was to be expected. When Alice set her mind to defending herself, such an attack was child's play. But what just happened? Something she had never seen before had leapt to Alice's defense. A team of horses? A plague of lotus? No, those things existed in this world, unlike what Alco had just witnessed. Normal creatures could not form like a spontaneous cloud of fog and then dissipate just as quickly into the night sky. Oh wow, we're really firing up the barn.
Okay, what?
Oh.
What is the? Is this the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Oh my God. I
At
was
the
just
theme
thinking
park?
that. I was just thinking that.
Who's the mascot
A
for this
cat.
theme park? You gotta
It's
tell me.
It's Kitsy the
it's
cat.
Kitsy. It's literally a big cat.
But this looks like it's a...
It's a giant kitsy.
But it kind of looks
Holy
like it's
crap.
a pumpkin.
like
We'll
it
see.
really does look like the Stay Puft
No, that's
Marshmallow Man,
fair, but
though.
the head looks like it's a pumpkin.
Yeah, the head does look like it's a
It does.
pumpkin.
It really does.
Anyways, what?
Yeah, me too. Alco, so true.
Impossible things moved in impossible ways. Alice was not even supplying them with any power source. Those things never
Wait,
needed power in the first place.
So did this thing literally just woke up and decided to start
Kinda.
shit?
I think so.
I yearn for
Yeah,
the
great.
day when they animate this, because this is so funny.
Dude, so true. Please, Ufotable. Please.
I hope so.
I mean, they are. There is a confirmed
They are?
there is a confirmed Witch on the Holy Night anime movie in the works, from what I hear.
Exciting.
I haven't heard anything about it
Sweet.
yet,
Oh.
but no trailers or anything. But that's
Excitement
what I've
in my
heard. So
bones.
yes. Whew.
Those broken and discarded things did not follow the rules of mankind.
Should. You probably should.
I
What the
don't
hell is that?
know.
What?
This-
What? The
Oh my
horse
God,
train?
that's terrifying.
Wait,
This was
what?
an invasion of
Okay,
fairy
it's what?
tales.
Train horse? Horse on
Train?
train? Thomas the Horse Engine?
Choo choo horsey.
What the?
What?
What
Choo
kind
choo
of fairy
horsey?
tale has a horse embedded into? Is this fucking Choo Choo Charles, but as a horse?
Choo choo choo
Is
choo
it
horsey.
Nene Charles?
Nay nay Charles.
Watch it whip. Watch it nay.
No, please.
No. This is 2023. We don't need
Yes.
that. We are
Watching
not
it
watching
nay.
it, Nene. We are not.
No, please, no. Technically, it isn't 2023. It is actually 19.
Yeah, the whip in Nene hasn't even been invented yet.
Yes, very much.
Oh my
Anyways, this was an
god.
invasion of fairy tales.
I don't understand whose nightmare this
Everyone's.
is. Which of them has a fear of horse trains?
Probably
Wait,
Sojiro.
wait.
I would bet
Sojiro.
you that most of these would be
Yeah.
Sojiro's nightmare, considering he has lived in the mountains all of his life. So, most.
Oh
This is
god.
what-
I
he's-
bet.
He's heard of trains before, and this is what you think trains are. A scary horse machine.
Oh god. I thought they were only myths.
But the legend of the horse train.
It's a sand train.
An equestrian train.
It's like, you know, like, because it's a horse train, so it's a portmanteau of train and horse.
I understood. I do, truly. Go ride the teacups. Just shh.
This really is. This truly was our
This
witch on
truly
the holy
was
night.
The holy night, the
Anyways.
witch. Compared to them, the automaton looked merciful. Autonomous puppets were products of magecraft, but even then they behaved as puppets should. These newly animated things, however, were nothing of the sort. Empty vessels became living creatures.
What in the world is this?
Dummies warped into malformed beings.
It's Dumbo.
It's
There was-
it does look like Dumbo.
Like a pig Dumbo.
A pig Dumbo.
There was a fog so dense with magical energy it visibly spread to all corners of the park, bringing with it a monstrous welcoming party that easily numbered over 1,000.
1,000?
Spurred on by the shuddering sensation running down her spine, Alco fired a barrage of single-action magic bullets.
Oh.
Her impulsive attacks scattered futilely.
Reality can be whatever I want.
The knights of the merry-go-round soared into the sky. Green fire blew.
I wonder how many people. I wonder how many people with a fear of carnivals and clowns had a panic attack in this scene.
I just imagine they probably skipped it entirely.
I hope so.
I mean, especially considering there's a fight in a hall of mirrors, and having a fear of mirrors is a very real thing. People have got to skip some shit.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
green fire-breathing lizards flocked. The bakeries opened their doors once again, and human-sized loaves of fresh bread marched from their ovens and platoons of newly baked soldiers.
Aozaki, behind you.
Oh. These are
Alco and
literally
Sojiro were
things
completely
made of
surrounded.
bread.
The Ferris wheel cracked.
They're made of baguettes.
Oh my god. Tsukihime did not prepare us for this.
No,
The
no, it did
Ferris
not.
wheel creaked as it gently turned. A rickety train car raced about the roller coaster tracks with Kitsy, tears streaming down its face, aboard. It was a grossly twisted fantasy. The girl in black reigned over the insanity-fueled park. Oh, now we're screwed. Alco was transfixed by the scene unfolding around her. Then she realized what was happening. Oh, I know what this is. Alice had once told her of my Mindster's familiars. Among them were 3 particular notoriety, one of which she recalled being capable of something similar to this. And it was called Ploy Kickshaw, Flat Snark.
Seriously, Aozaki, behind you. Oh no, it's the Sin Train.
Struck by Alco's bullets, the creature exploded into splinters. And yet they're made out of bread. I don't quite know how that works.
They're all made out of
It was
bread.
clear Alco's shot were
They've
becoming more
learned with
powerful.
age. They've crystallized.
But it was also
my
the
God.
case that these beings were less robust than your average automata. Suzuki, this way! Alco turned away from the clock tower, grabbed his hand, and began to run.
Wait, Aozaki?
Sorry, no time! We're running!
Running? To where?
It doesn't matter! Anywhere! she shouted, and as though trying to persuade herself as she valiantly
Valiantly?
cleared a path. I kept trying to read it as violently, but I was like, that's not how any of that works. Alco's magic bullets flew like a scream, blowing away the creatures that stood in their way, or rather, simply gathered around. She made a hole for them to escape through. Oh, there goes the bird people. Magic's bullets exploded like blue fireworks. Didn't she say that she had like a limited number a while ago? Of
I believe so. Yeah.
these are a lot of bullets I don't think she has the magical capacity for. I think we were lied to. Alco and Sojiro ran down the bumpy brick road. Their bond, forged in the heat of battle, went far beyond mutual convenience. They headed for the park's exit at full speed without exchanging a word or a look. The weirdness only extended as far as the park border. So they would be safe as long as they made it outside. But
Oh God, it's the Baguette Boys.
speaking in pure numbers, the difference in strength was 2 versus an army. Or rather, 1 versus an army.
Ah,
Sojiro was hardly useful in the situation, and
Just eat
and
them.
manpower wasn't really the issue here since they were facing puppets.
Simply
You
consume.
okay? There were some giant pincers? Those were some giant
Pincers.
pincers back there. Alco shouted as she blasted away the monsters that stood in their path. There was no time to stop for breath, or even to look back.
yeah, just barely.
As Sojiro pursed, his voice too had naturally become shrill. 5 minutes earlier, they had broken out of the siege of the plaza surprisingly fast. It seemed that the residents' awakening differed case by case, with larger creatures taking additional time. We're lucky they're not the morning type. Alco joked as she mowed down the small fry that popped up. But then, without warning, something outrageous extended its way down from above them. Oh, hi.
Oh,
It was the claws of the 60-foot lobster adorning the roof of a seafood restaurant.
man, I'm not getting. I'm not getting those. I'm not getting lobster ever again.
I think this is what they would call trauma, and I think it has been placed very deep within my heart.
Sure, is that you?
Its pincers were like a guillotine. As Alco and Sojiro cut across the front of the restaurant, the Red King pressed in a tremendous speed, keen on splitting them each in 2. Oh really, not 17? Lazy.
Not 17.
Suzuki! Hard about! This place no good! The gate was just on the other side of the restaurant, They had to take the long way around in order to lose the giant lobster snapping at their heels. Waiting along their detour had been a horde of monsters, too many to count.
Yeah, just barely.
Sojiro called out in response, recalling just how narrowly he had avoided his head being severed clear from his body.
Whew. I'm not eating shellfish ever again. In front of us! What the heck are those? Oh no, are they freshly baked?
It looks like it. In other words, they're cannon fodder. Alco halted her sprint and set her crest into full operation. Range 7, 6, 5 yards. At this distance, Snap will take them down. Sliding along the brick path, she brandished her right arm. She loosened a shower of magical bullets. Snap was a single-action spell that favored a rate of fire over power, and it mowed down the monsters with satisfying pops.
Ozaki, more over there!
Roger that! Pew, 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 pew. Blue explosions bloomed along the lamplit promenade. Alco's curtain of fire fanned out like a beautiful starmine fireworks show.
Starmine?
The toy breadmen turned to charcoal. We can do this. They got us overpowered in number. But at this rate, we'll be able to get out of here. Suzuki, how's it looking over there?
Looks clear to me. We should be able to approach the exit from the east.
With a magical barrage that would leave an average spellcaster blue in the face, the novice mage broke through the siege. It's the blue bird. It's the bird. Meanwhile, a single bird keenly watched everything unfold. It's a bird. Chip, 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 chip. The moment the blue bird descended into its master's field of vision and made its high-pitched call, the girl listened expressionlessly to the report. No matter, everything is going as expected. Even if she only knows how to shoot and destroy, the way Alco uses magical energy is extraordinary. Hastily formed familiars are no match for her. The Robin? Yeah.
The Robin.
The Robin flaped. Oh my god. I have my glasses on and everything. The Robin flapped its wings as it tweeted in response. I wonder how many likes it'll get.
Oh my god.
Perhaps it was...
How many retweets?
Perhaps it was criticizing Alice for complimenting Alco. But who's to say?
Criticizing her.
Or perhaps it was jealous of Alco for being complimented by Alice. You never compliment me that way. How fucking dare you? I'm a good bird. Alice could barely make sense of its chirping rant. Alco Awazaki was a novice mage. Until just 2 years ago, she was someone who grew up with no background in magecraft. Compared to Alice, who was raised as a witch from birth, Alco possessed far less talent and experience. Winning was an impossibility for Alco.
Well, damn. All right.
Yeesh.
Yeesh.
In a contest of skills in magecraft, 10 times out of 10, Alice would be declared the victor. However, a battle to the death was a different story. Alice Kuanji was not a mage suited for battle. Alco Awakens, on the other hand, was built for it. In a contest that pitted magical energy against magical energy, even Alice would concede that Alco had the upper hand. Alco's manipulation of magical energy was extraordinary. The scale of her magic circuits was smaller than that of Alice's, but the rotational speed, durability, and quality of magical energy produced, not to mention the efficiency, was otherworldly. That was Alco Awasaki's hallmark. Though she had many failings when handling sophisticated formula, in just 2 years of practice, Alco had surpassed Alice in simple formula that merely required an energy input. She also had genius level instincts and adaptability. Though Alco was not particularly proficient at executing magecraft, she was terrifyingly fast. If she had been born outside the Aozaki clan, she would have doubtlessly risen to fame as a competitive sharpshooter. What a pity. In a straight shootout, Alice did not stand a chance. Alice Kuanji had never bothered to learn primitive magecraft like magic bullets in the first place.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yeesh. Primitive magecraft.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was the classic puppeteer. Her familiars would carry out all the particulars of battle as her arms and legs. Clock's ticking, Alco. I'm happy to lend you all the magical energy you like, but after an hour, those bullets will be worthless. Oh, I guess maybe she's feeding her energy?
Maybe?
Chirping as if in agreement, the robin took flight. It had been nearly 10 minutes since Alice had made the amusement park into her domain. To what would the green fog give birth next? Alco and Sojiro, still running about, would soon come to understand the gravity of their situation. They were going to die.
Oh, great. Love that.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
Suzuki, is this the way out?
Yeah. The exit's just around that store.
Running non-stop at full speed had them at their limits. Their breath ragged, the two fled around the corner. Amusement park though it was still the infamous Kitsyland. It would have taken a high school student 20 minutes to sprint the entire circumference of the park. And though they were now intimately familiar with the park's geography, it was changing beyond recognition. The transformation was not limited to the park's residents either.
Zaki?
What?
I hate to ask, but is it just me, or is the park getting bigger?
It was. Their problem wasn't as mundane as mistaking the location of the exit or getting lost in the terrain. No, the park was wrapping and twisting upon itself. Even now, its structure was expanding and growing like that of a living creature. Soon the pair noticed the mob encircling them had grown even stronger. Entrusting her back to Sojiro, Aoko summoned all of her efforts just to keep from whining. No one would have thought twice if it had been just Sojiro cowering in shock and terror. But Aoko doing the same? She bore responsibility for causing and then dragging him into this mess. She could not afford to succumb to panic. Pull yourself together, Aoko. The park has to end somewhere. It may be far, but the fence is right there. Even flat Snark has limits. Getting to the exit is the right choice, I think. But from here, it looks the better part of a mile away. Up until now, they had been too concerned with simply running. Their breathing had become labored. If they had to run in another mile without rest, they'd end up collapsing along the way.
Zaki, how are you holding up? Physically, I mean.
What? The whisper from her behind pulled Aoko back to reality.
Back to reality.
Oh, there goes
I'm
gravity.
fine, but I need to catch my breath.
Good idea. We'll never make it outside if we don't rest.
You know, I never would have thought you'd be okay with making a run for it. After saying that, she let slip a giggle. Far from debilitated by panic, her comrade in arms had been analyzing the situation and forming an escape plan.
Why don't we hole up in one of those buildings for a while?
I don't like it. It's our best option right now. The breadmen had them completely surrounded. Perhaps this might have been a problem for an average person, but for Aoko, breaking through their formation to get to the building would be a cinch. And there she was. Which store to pick? She considered the characteristics of the transforming park. What would pose a danger? What would be safe? The most important factor was not the strength of or the complexity of the building. Keep it simple, stupid! Suzuki, this way! After routing the monsters, hold on. Yes.
You good?
After routing the monsters, Aoko hopped behind the counter, soon followed by Sojiro. Get behind the counter! Like she was in a western shootout, Aoko squared off against the monsters using the counter as cover.
Holy crap. Oh my god.
He's like, I don't want to be here. Bingo. Nothing in here can be snarkified. After assessing the current state of the enemy, Alco has sat herself in the under the counter.
What are they doing?
They're stamping their feet in frustration because they're angry that they can't get in.
Huh?
Alco gave the perplexed Sojiro a grin and took a deep breath. She heaved a heavy sigh of relief and fatigue. We'll take 5 here. This restaurant is the blandest place in the park, which makes it their Achilles heel. The register and the utensils are all modern, and there are no mascot characters. It's a bit too civilized for Snark to mess with.
Snark?
That's their name, though Alice is the one who came up with it. I think. It doesn't really sound like her, but whatever. That's what they're called. Hello. Not this bullshit again.
Oh,
I think Keith died.
Keith.
spaghettios.
Keith.
Oh no, he
He
lost
still unlocked
power.
power. I guess it's still the storm's still pretty bad where he is then. At least
I
that's
love
what
how
I'm
he just
assuming,
put,
that
it
he lost power.
appears. I have lost power. Well, I will just
Other situation. Could
pause this button. Okay. I paused it so that way it wouldn't like stay here. Anyways. Okay, we're back. Perhaps now.
Fair. Yes.
Perhaps now at ease from knowing they were safe, Sojiro seemed enthralled in her explanation. Alco could not help but chuckle as Sojiro nodded sagely. It was certain that he had no idea what she was talking about.
B?
Yes? I said the thing. I said Alco could not help but chuckle. Oh, that's a blurred thing. Oh, there's another thing. Okay. It took a sec. We're back.
Apologies
Normally-
for anyone watching
Oh,
this. There's
oh, I
technical
did
difficulties.
not here.
You're fine. Normally, this would have irritated her. but
Yes.
this she was grateful for the warmth of
That's
his
just
strange
weird happening all.
sobriety. The weird screen is happening again. Oh,
Yep.
Probably
there
because-
it
No
is.
idea what any of that means. Oh, yeah.
Let's say it's probably the screen's probably bugging out since Keith is using his his.
Let's say.
I
His
am
phone.
using my smartphone.
The
It has
phone of
my mobile
smartness.
hotspot instead of my actual Wi-Fi.
The
Because
Wi-Fi is gone.
my power is. Yes, my power came back, but the Wi-Fi is acting up. So
Is it still raining out there?
I think so. Yeah. Or well, it might not be raining, but like, lightning definitely did strike somewhere.
Anyway, strange sobriety. He has no idea what's going on. His head be empty.
Head empty.
That Robin could go through one ear, out the other. I would like to watch the stream. Hello.
Please. Hello.
There we go.
Weird. Okay.
Or
Oh
was it-
wait, hang on. Let me try it. Let me try. Hang on. Let me try to do it again.
I'm waiting.
Okay.
Welcome to technical difficulties. Dun, 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 dun,
I mean, you're gonna edit all this out, so.
Maybe. I don't know if I'm lazy.
Maybe.
I might not.
Okay.
Why would you not edit all this out?
Because I might forget.
Because it's fun.
Because
Okay.
I haven't even edited episode 6 because I want to record everything for episode 5 first, and I haven't finished recording everything for episode 5.
That's
That does
fair.
not.
Okay.
That still does not mean you wouldn't edit out.
Mm-mm. Most of the time, I just put the two things together and call it a day.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Anyways, it's good that you seem better, Aozaki.
Mistaking her smile for composure, Sojiro broke into a smile himself. He was just another link in a chain of misunderstandings, but there was no need to redress it. Oh, you can tell? Yeah, my magic bullets are getting more powerful.
She's showing off to the boy he likes.
She
Obviously.
likes him. Obviously.
Well, you did chase me all around that house of mirrors while firing those things at me, so I guess I've become real familiar with them, for better or worse. Are you sure that you're okay? You're okay though? I remember you mentioning that you had a limited number of shots, but you fired at least 20 or 30 so far, right?
They brought it up!
They brought it
Look
up,
at
thank
them.
God.
Immaculate writing! Look at them go! You know, even every now and then, you... Her opinion of him improved. Just a little bit.
Oh, thanks.
Shh, you didn't hear that. Can you imagine that he can hear the narrator? Never mind.
Do you hear that voice?
My bullets increase in power is a simple matter of the density of their magical energy. You've seen that fog around the park from a bit ago, right? It's all just magical energy. Think of it as fuel for my bullets. Magical energy was divided into two broad categories. First was odd, produced inside a mage's body. Second was mana, which filled the atmosphere. Do you think it's odd or ode?
I believe it's ode.
Okay.
Like, at least that's how some people pronounce it. I would think it's ode, maybe.
Okay. Like id, like ID instead.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, you know,
Ode.
ode.
Pretty old.
At the moment, the amusement park had turned into a fairy tale land overflowing with mana. Although it meant nothing to the average person, to a mage, it was a paradise where spells could be cast as much as one pleased.
So that means you don't need to worry about how much magic whatever you have left then. All we gotta worry about are injuries and stamina.
Well, as far as our own lives are concerned, yeah. Sojiro breathed a sigh of relief.
Phew.
From Sojiro's perspective, more so than the monsters she mowed down, Alko was the biggest bully on the playground. He had been concerned about what would happen should her magical energy be exhausted, but luckily for him, she was far from surrendering her crown. It's nice that you trust me and all, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Those minions out there are just walking garbage. If Alice summons any other fairy tale monsters, let alone the actual Snark, making an appearance, there's nothing I'll be able to do.
Other fairy tale monsters? You mean there are others apart from that thing that changed the park?
Yes, they're called polykickshaws, abbreviation that even the mages can't stand to look at. They're nonsense lost to time, used to revive impossible fantasies.
Eh?
Soju's expression seemed to be calling her out for the hypocrisy. Hey, most of us have modern standards, you know.
They'll try to kill me.
That's a modern standard. Obviously, there are things we can't do, and we're no match for modern weapons. The 20th century, well, a bunch of war helped weapons technology catch up to us.
Oh. Oh.
I will die
Oh.
if a gun hits me.
Well, I don't want a gun to hit you.
Can it, lover boy? But that girl is a different beast altogether. Mankind's evolution can't hold a flame to her power. Take those breadmen, for instance. Something like a machine gun would have no effect on them, probably because guns make no sense to them. Alco casually gestured outside, past the counter. Alice's familiars are mystics needed from fantasies. They're all impossible in the first place, so they don't play nice with the laws of physics. That shouldn't come to a surprise, since fantasies and reality can't exist together.
But I can still punch him, right?
You can try. I cannot promise that it won't feel like punching concrete.
Ow. Alright.
Just because they're made out of bread doesn't mean they're not infused with something like magic.
I see.
Dense magic.
I see. So they're literally walking loaves of bread.
Sojiro seemed to have ignored the majority of Alco's explanation and only reached to the part that caught his curiosity.
I think they really taste like baguettes.
I would not try to bite into them. To get back on topic. Modern arms don't stand a chance against those things. Even rockets would be useless. They aren't part of the same order or shared consciousness as us. To the poly-rickshaw, to the fairy tale monsters, anything that doesn't exist in their world, anything they don't understand, disintegrates before it can even touch them. Only something equally nonsense can touch them, like magical energy infused with the same level of mystics. They exist wholly in their own corporeal space of cosmos. In short, they exist according to a special law known as
Folklore defense.
folklore defense, meaning that neither pure force nor strong magecraft have much effect. They can't be taken down without exploiting the weaknesses found in their original stories. Are you familiar with the Greek myth of Achilles? It's a good straightforward example. Sojiro shook his head.
Nope.
Adalri.
How could he not know this?
What? Who?
Because he lives in the mountains.
What's in a Chili's?
What is in a Chili's? Like the restaurant? No. We're talking about Achilles. Like the person from a book. Do you know how to read?
I can read.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, a Chili's, like the heel.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord.
I'm gonna summon him, and I'm going to make him hit you in the face. Of course you aren't. If we get out of this alive, have Tobimaru tell you about it. It's a cliche, but it's a good story. We love someone who enjoys Greek mythology. Good shit.
Alright, I think I have the copy of the Iliad somewhere around here.
It's fucking signed by Achilles or something. It's like, it's really old and someone like wrote Achilles in it, but like in Greek. I think it was a joke played many years ago, but I don't really know why we keep it. It's like, huh. Fancy that. Sojiro was feeling pretty lost, but he did his best to grasp the situation. The poor boy. He thought that Polly Kickshaws were scary enough to chase Aoko, and that puppet from before out of the house barefoot. Certainly the scene before them was the stuff of nightmares. But Sojiro had a different way of thinking.
You think?
Oh,
I think you're more scared than me, Aozaki.
sir, do you value your life?
Oh no.
Do you want to die?
Real. Oh my god, I love the the freaking the magical sigils going around.
Yes.
Literally, she is prepared.
Just cocks her arm, just
Oh my god.
Sojiro waved in protest, silently pointing out that she had made his case for him. Listen to me. The things surrounding us now are little more than fodder. As far as Alice is concerned, the breadman, the lobster, the meat mincer at the sausage place, they're all worth even less than my magic bullets are to me. Got it? The moving mascots and all the rest of are the sideshow. They're nothing more than the breath of the monster she unleashed.
These things are just the breath?
I think that said thongs. What?
Let's
Did it mean
I
things?
hope it means things.
These thongs.
No, please.
That's a
These-
song.
We know it says thongs, but it's confused.
Is
My
it-
sweet baby boy,
Is she
you should know what those are.
implying- Is she? Oh God.
Yeah, crazy, I know.
He's saying it. He's the one saying thongs.
Yes, he is the one saying thongs.
Oh,
But that's what we're
dear
dealing with right now.
God.
Just one of those fairy tale monsters is enough to keep us busy. So if Alice decided to add another, we might as well give up.
Add another. Ain't there some sort of limit?
If she decides not to be stingy, she has a few more up her sleeve. Though, well, there are conditions to bringing them out. Like one monster that won't wake up if there's no river nearby. The park has fountains, sure, but no river, right? Our familiars are bounded by their underlying stories.
Fairy tale. You mean like the one about his bowl of soba, like the one about a bowl of soba noodles?
Let me tell you, it's a small mercy there's no river here. Otherwise, something way better at squishing us would have appeared by now. Alko continued, completely ignoring Sojiro. Anyway, as I was saying, the foundation of Alice's magecraft is Mother Goose. Right? You wouldn't know that either. Mother Goose was an author of whimsical English nursery rhymes.
I actually really like this concept.
And to be honest, this type of polykickshaw isn't all that scary.
It reminds me of like This is essentially nursery rhymes noble phantasm, right?
Which is why, which is why I love it, because I love nursery rhymes noble phantasm.
Right.
I love the personification of like fairy tales in a way.
For sure.
It's always cool.
Mm-hmm.
Taking them down with some form of magecraft is totally possible.
I'm afraid to ask, but what about the scary kind then?
They follow another fairy tale, also inspired by Mother Goose. Alice's mother was particularly fond of it, and every single one is bizarre. No mage wants to go up against one of those things. As it happens, that's exactly what brought the park back to life. I'm pretty sure it's the one she calls Flat Snark, though I wasn't particularly paying attention, so I'm a little hazy on the details. Sojiro swallowed the discomfort making its way up his throat. He really wanted her to explain things a little less vaguely, but something she had just said necessitated further investigation.
Wait a second now, Ozaki. You mean to tell me that you weren't paying attention?
Well, you know, it was a while back that she explained it all to me, and I didn't really believe anything she had to say around that. I thought that maybe she was talking up her own magecraft to a newbie, or that she wasn't taking me seriously. In truth, if anyone hadn't taken the lesson seriously, it was Alko. She would learn that lesson firsthand soon enough, when she experienced just how real Alice's monsters were. She also discovered how heretical the Meister wishes truly were in the world of magecraft.
And you remember anything else about them?
From what I understand, it's a poly that puts up a powerful bounded field.
Okay, so this is a bounded field.
Oh, it's a ploy. I've been saying poly this entire fucking time. It says ploy. Oh my god.
Is that Oh my god.
It says ploy.
How did I misread it?
I don't know. I put the O in front of the L and I was like, huh, Polly, like Polly Pocket.
I've been misreading it this entire time and I have the friggin' game. Alright.
It's fine. Anyways, Alice inherited a lot of ploys, but this is one of her finest. It takes discarded and forgotten things and resurrects them, like what happens in fairy tales. Supposedly, nobody's ever defeated it. And its nickname is the Untouchable.
Oh, that's not foreboding at all. So, it's not Flat Snark or whatever it was?
That's just a nickname too. Since nobody knows what its real form is, it picked up a few names along the way. One of them is Flat Snark, and it ranks highest among her other nonsense in terms of how little is known about it. Have you ever heard of the book The Hunting of the Snark by Lewis Carroll?
That's the same guy who wrote Alice in Wonderland, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh my god, that's why her name is Alice.
Hey, when your mom enjoys Mother Goose so much. Can't name your daughter Goose.
Hey, fair enough, I guess.
Oh my god.
No, and who is Louise Carell?
This man is stupid.
I love him. Okay, then. Let's start from the beginning. Professor
Dodgson?
Dodgson. Professor Dodgson was... he was a delusional gentleman with a peculiar disposition. Not that it matters right now. It's a waste of time to explain to someone. Is Lewis Carroll a servant?
No, but nursery rhyme is like the embodiment of nursery rhymes is a servant, and she takes the form of a person named of a person who summoned her called Alice, whose favorite story was in fact Alice in Wonderland, and so she also goes by Alice.
Fair.
So
I'm just saying
there's
that
that.
if Lewis Carroll, granted, I know he's a writer, but I think he'd be a rider, and he should ride on the back of a Jabberwocky.
Oh yeah, no, the Jabberwocky is like an actual enemy in Fate Extra.
I love that.
Yes. Yeah, Nursery Rhyme has the ability to summon the Jabberwocky.
I love that's.
Yes.
Jabberwocky always was one of those like weird parts of Alice in Wonderland that I was just kind of like, okay.
Where's the saber servant that uses the Vorpal blade? For real.
Oh my god. It's a waste of time to explain to some people like you. You're very stupid. What's important is the work he left behind. The Hunting of the Snark is a book about a band of adventurers who try to capture an unidentified monster known as the Snark.
Okay.
It's very Carol. Satirical, nonsensical, and cryptic. It doesn't even really have an ending either. Though the party does ultimately find the Snark on its island after much hardship. It ends with the protagonist who found it, the baker, suddenly disappearing. It's a satire about people who run about busily trying to find something they don't understand. But when it comes to the park here, it's pretty clear who the baker is and who the Snark is, right? Alco elected not to share this, but Flat Snark had other popular names as well. The enigmatical island.
Enigmatic?
The
Enigmatic
island. The 5-dimensional plane with wings. These names were not given to it by Alice, but rather muttered by mages whom the Minsters defeated.
'Twas brillig in the slithy toves, did gyre in the gimble and the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome rats outgrabe. Oh, good lord, the whole poem is like that. All right.
Oh my god, did you look it up?
Yes. I knew that the Jabberwocky was nonsense, but like I didn't know if it was like it was like that much nonsense. All right.
Oh yes, no. It feels like the Mad Hatter told you to write it down, but you were missing some steps as he was writing.
Absolutely
it down.
wild. And the voice actor for Male Shez in Fire Emblem 3 Hopes knows that by heart. Good God.
I love that for him.
Jesus.
In mathematics, snark is a term used to graph theory to refer to contradictory and impossible planar graphs.
Why are we bringing up math, man? I watch and read Type Moon to get away from mathematics.
Hey.
I feel like math has always been a thing in Type Moon.
They literally talk about formulas all the time, dear.
No, not. But there's no plus signs with Magecraft. That's why we hate Roa, because his Magecraft is numerology.
I can forgive the child murder, but math? Oh hell no.
Clowns?
Gotta draw a line somewhere, man.
Yeah, I draw the
Okay,
line.
next class.
That's where I
Okay,
trace the
next.
line. Anyways,
These lives.
Oh my god.
Anyways, a plane proven to be unable to exist in this world was given the name, apt for an ill-fated existence, paradoxical in nature. The fairy tale monster ascribed this name was said to hold no form discovered by man.
oh sweet, man-made horrors beyond my comprehension.
Colors beyond
Colors unlike any seen on Earth.
Alco also declined to mention something else. Oh, she's just holding back all the information.
Yes.
Flat Snark was a fairy tale monster that could grow.
Oh.
Great.
Great, love that.
So we're facing an invisible no-face.
Wait, okay, so the whole park is Flat Snark, right? That's what we're getting at then? That's why it's growing? That's why the park is getting bigger? Great.
Yeah.
Love that.
Make my monster grow. It would hide somewhere in the amusement park, continuously exhaling magical energy until the park completely transformed into a fantasy land.
It's just barfing it up.
How does she put it back in the bottle?
You know.
She asks nicely.
Yeah, sure.
Well, it's not like there's any point in scaring him.
You say something, Naozaki?
Absolutely nothing. You heard nothing. Nope, I was just thinking Flat Snark's powerful is the ability to bring fairy tale worlds to life. When you think about it, the park makes for the perfect backdrop. I mean, it was originally a playground based on fairy tales anyways. If this had been a business district, for example, Flat Snark would have posed far less of a threat.
Man. I wish I was kind of attacked in a friggin' business building now.
A warehouse.
A warehouse, maybe.
A quarry, something like that. I love all the abandoned buildings and quarries, but I wish we could go on a real date. At most, its power would be limited to projecting the shadows of a dinosaur onto a building's window panes.
Wow.
I know.
Wow, I'm offended.
What, you don't want to see a fun dinosaur on a window pane?
Ah, so that's why it's safe hit. Huh?
Sojiro realized that something was wrong when he noticed a
Gluttonous?
gluttonous?
Glutinous?
I don't know. I'm guessing glutinous because I'm gonna guess
What?
that it's going to
Oh
be
yeah,
bread.
probably glutinous.
A glutinous liquid
Glutinous, yeah,
dripping
glutinous.
onto his back.
Oh, that's a little gross.
Oh, hi.
Oh. Oh no.
He looked up at the ceiling. Their eyes met. Before he had a chance to think, Sojiro hopped up from the floor.
Oh, that's not good. Aozaki, get out now!
Taking the initiative, he jumped up from behind the counter. Are you mad? What do you think you're... Busy trying to stop him from committing an act of suicide, she also got to her feet. Immediately, she noticed something being brought to life overhead.
Oh my god.
What the? Oh, crap!
The whole restaurant is a creature.
Hi, everybody. Wanna play?
It's Kitsy. Gonna eat your souls.
Good lord.
Oh my god, that was close. The gargantuan mouth clamped shut. With no mascot to speak of, the burger joint itself began to transform into one giant monster. Who the hell paints a giant clown on the ceiling? Shouldn't they have flexed their creativity muscles somewhere else? If they liked clowns so much, why didn't they just put it at the entrance? Alco aired out her grievances as she ran. There was no safe haven left. Moment by moment, the last remnants of civilization were being eroded away by fairy tales.
Oh, that's just a dragon.
So,
Technically, if it has no wings and 4 legs, it's technically, I believe, a wyvern.
I actually don't remember. I know there's 4 different types of dragons.
Oh, that's Rayquaza.
It's just Rayquaza. The amusement park had reached its
grant
final
me my
stage
wish.
of snarkification.
Snarkification.
That's all I think every time I say snark. I just think of Squilliam's
noises.
fucking. I just think of Squilliam's laugh from. It's not just the mascot character that was being granted life. Like the burger joint, even the buildings had begun to transform.
The roller coaster is a yeah.
The roller coaster that made its way about the park withered and twisted like a Chinese dragon. Alco and Sojiro stared dumbfounded by the Ferris wheel, which had grown to over 250 feet in height.
Oh, look at that. It looks so big. You want to get on it, Aozaki?
Not today. Hordes of breadmen closed in on them as if to offer tickets.
Oh man, I don't got any money on me right now.
Okay, I googled it. Technically that type of dragon would be a cross between a drake and a wern, and it's considered a lung dragon.
Oh.
A worm.
I'm telling you, the line is under control! Mobs of tricksters, actual kickshaws, rampaged the park. Whenever a hole was punched in the envelope, it was instantly filled. It was a battle of attrition with no end in sight. But that was a matter of course, as there were few fairy tales about limited resources.
This is hopeless. They just keep coming.
Look for the snake's real form. Or Snark's. A fairy tale monster always has some sort of vessel for its body. If we can just destroy it, we should be able to get out of here. I bet you it's the fucking Ferris wheel.
Oh, it probably is, yeah. A body? Oh, what kind of body?
I already told you the fairy tale monsters can't exist in reality. Anything weird or impossible you've never seen before. That's gotta be it.
Something weird or impossible? I need an example.
Do I have to spell it out for you? Living puppets, flying carts. Alco paused her firing for a moment. After saying this out loud, she realized just how deep their grave was dug. The amusement park was a treasure trove of fairy tale-esque creatures on any given day. Who could say what was impossible amidst the newly transfigured knickknacks running around? Damn. Everything here is weird. So, it's hiding in plain sight. Hoping that she was wrong, Alco bit her bottom lip.
Can you? You know what'd be interesting is if like since everything here is weird, the one thing that would be out of place would be something that would be very normal completely normal, right?
Yeah, which is why I'm saying that it's probably like
The Ferris wheel, right?
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Ferris wheel.
Plus, the Ferris wheel was the first thing to come on.
True, right.
And even if that's not it, like, it would be kind of funny if a giant Ferris wheel just started trying to fight you.
True, real.
Like, who wants to fight a Ferris wheel?
That's my favorite boss fight.
Flat Snark was the type of Polly. No,
Ploy.
no, it's not a Polly. It's a ploy. A ploy that deployed bounded fields. Seeing as it was commanding so many familiars, it would not be unusual for its main body to have little or even no defenses. Furthermore, if it was molded from a story about it being untouchable and unidentifiable, it would be logical to assume that it would collapse in on itself shortly after being discovered. Which means we fight it, we win. Would something so fragile really hide among its minions? Did you see that the best place to hide a leaf is in the woods? Do they say that?
I mean, I guess.
This was closer to the truth than Alco realized. As long as there was the slightest possibility of it being hit by one of Alco's stray bullets, it would not dare appear in front of them. Its true form was orchestrating the park from somewhere safe. I'm sure we've seen it already. Can you imagine if it's the fucking bird?
Oh my god. Wait. Oh, that's true.
Because such an innocent, normal-looking bird amongst everything. It's the subject of a book it's the subject of a book named after it. If it's not standing out on every page, it has no right to be the title character. But where? Thinking in the most basic terms, the Ferris wheel was very safe, as well as a symbol of the park itself, perhaps.
What if we just try to catch that girl instead?
Her eyes opened wide at the sudden suggestion. While Alco had been trying to come up with a plan to overcome this stalemate, it seemed Sojiro had been racking his brain as well. His proposal was a simple one. If they could not find the Snark, they just needed to take out its master, Alice. Alice had not moved at all from the clock tower. Even from here, they could make out her figure, draped in moonlight. That's the worst move we could make. Even if we killed her, it wouldn't stop the Snark, and all of this absurdity would just boil over to outside the park. Not to mention I can't even kill her in the first place. At best I could only get halfway there. A bread man, angered at the insults, hurled towards its master, moving to attack, and was mercilessly burned to crisp. The two stood back to back, catching their breath. With no plan to speak of, and no route of escape, they had reached rock bottom. But there's only one way to go up after that. There's only one way. Meanwhile, the oddities were forming a circle around their prey, as if they smelled blood in the water. Were they to be dragged into a bakery for the oven, minced into the meat grinder at the butcher shop? skewered and
Paraded.
paraded around atop the carousel, walk the plank on the thorny pirate ship. After 2 years of slumber, they were eager to welcome their new guests. Oh, no, it's only been close for 2 years.
Oh. It was still only open for like what, 5 years?
Yeah. It was not open for long.
Yeah.
I'm getting all of the years mixed up from how many times they told us that it had been like fucking like 7 years.
True.
For no, it had been like 10 years for Shiki. He's like, I'm 17. 10 years ago I had an accident. Did you know that 10 years ago I had an accident? Oh my gosh, guys, you'll never guess. 10 years ago I had an accident.
No, 7 years. Yeah,
No,
7
but,
years.
yeah. 7 years, something like that. Either he was 10 when it happened,
Or he was
7 when it
yeah.
happened. Either way, he needed to stop talking about it. We get it. You have trauma and you have magical eyeballs that hurt your brain, alright? We don't care. You can say it once. It's fine.
Hey, there's something that I need to ask you, Harazaki.
What is it? Keep it snappy. I'm thinking here.
Okay. It's painfully clear what these things want to do to us, but what about her? Does she enjoy this?
I doubt it. These things hated. These things' hatred of humans comes from a deep-seated grudge with the park itself, within the park itself. Maybe even Flat Snark's personality, too. Alice's familiars are one big family of freaks. Though, now that you mention it, Alko was unable to deny that there were some similarities.
Good to know. So, did you come up with anything, Naozaki? How do we stop him?
Sorry to get your hopes up, but I'm all out of ideas. Oh, but I bet they'd stop if you dropped dead.
Hey, no, thank you. Let's just get out of here.
Hey, wait, Suzuki! She blinked in surprise at the sudden turn of events. Sojiro, who had until now been meekly following her lead, had grabbed Aoko's hand and pulled her with him into a suicidal charge towards the swarm of bread in an attempt to break out of the encirclement.
What?
There they go! Are you out of your mind? How on earth do you figure this is what we do next? Aoko nonetheless followed Sojiro's uncharacteristically gung-ho lead, cursing him all the while. Sojiro would not be able to break through the surrounding wall of enemies with brute force. Aoko regained her bearings and let fly a spray of magical bullets ahead of Sojiro. They broke through the net and ran as hard as they could. At this point, all that was left to do was what they had planned from the outset, aimed to get out of the park. But not before addressing what needed to be addressed. Where the hell did that come from? Hadn't you already given up back at the House of Mirrors? Aoko could not begin to comprehend Sojiro's reaction.
That was then, and this is now. Just run.
What are you talking about? Alice wants to kill you just like I did. Nothing's different. Not the reason nor the outcome. No, there is something different. You were chasing him, and now you're helping him. And Alice is the one who wants to kill him, but he likes you. So it's okay if you were killing him. But this time, no, he can't have it.
Obviously.
He's like, I think he actually said that. He's like, the only person who's allowed to kill me is you.
Fair.
At one point in the Hall of Mirrors. Though she wondered what was getting her so worked up, Aoko did not stop. She told herself that the degree of Sojiro's stupidity, charging the breadmen so recklessly, had caused her to lose her cool. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I'm gonna try and kill you again tomorrow. I'll really do it. So if you don't want to die, you should be trying to escape me too. Got it?
Then let's talk about that tomorrow. Like I said, I don't really care if you kill me. I just don't want to be killed by that girl.
I literally just said that.
He's into some weird shit.
What did I just say? What did I just say? They're cute. Look at them go. Wow. Oh my god. He has no brain cells, but look at him. And like I said, why the hell not?
I don't even know what she looks like. Nor have I ever spoken with her.
What? It was like someone had doused water over her blazing fury.
I want to get to know my killer first. Take him out on a nice date.
What a fucking mood. Alga's anger was snuffed out by the absurd simplification of his reasoning. Because you don't even know what she looks like? Could it be that Sojiro did not mind being killed by someone as long as he had met them? Alko chased behind him, grimacing at the ever-increasing incomprehensibility of it all. That is a very long word.
It is, yes.
Inconceivable! Keith, have you seen Princess Bride?
Princess Bride?
Yes.
I actually have not.
Okay, we'll have to put it on the list. It's very important.
All right.
It's a very good movie. It's a classic.
Yes.
From her spot atop the clock tower, the girl observed the growth of her familiar. Flat Snark. A savior of the discarded. It was a vile, vulgar fairy tale monster who provided those abandoned by fate with a glimmer of hope before snatching it away. Alice had it under her control, but she was still keen to keep the Snark from expressing its bad habits. After completing a lap around the park that had now reached the size of an entire town, the robin made its situation report. So, they're trying to get out? It seemed Alko was prioritizing the safety of the boy. Even if it resulted in wasting an entire day choosing to not
Capitulate?
capitulate on a decision was very much like her. That's too bad. I was sure Alko would attempt to burn down the clock tower and me with it. The blue bird chirped in response. Was it denying its master's portrait of Alko? Or agreeing that it was Alko's style to do exactly that? An outsider might interrupt its interjections entirely, or either way. Does this bore you? The robin jumped at being addressed so
Oh,
unexpectedly.
I didn't mean to actually join, but
Oh, hi,
now.
Moore.
Hey, more.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, we're playing Witch on the Holy Night.
Oh.
Yes.
It's funny. I didn't mean to actually join.
I meant.
Well, too bad.
meant-
You're here now.
I meant to check to see if anyone answered me in the chat because I was wondering what y'all were up to.
Did
I
you?
might not stay for long.
Did you put something in the
That's
chat?
okay.
I don't see you having put anything in the chat.
I didn't see anything.
I put it in the like voice chat specific chat thing. The newer one that no one actually
not-
uses.
Oh.
The
See,
new
I can't
feature-
check that because I'm sharing my screen.
the new feature that absolutely no one uses.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
No, I know exactly what you're talking
I
about.
see.
No one ever uses it. Every server I'm in still uses their like
The one that they
the one
created.
that they created. Even my
Oh.
server that claimed they were going to retire that channel still gets used.
Of course.
Of course.
Anyways, the robin is doing a
Oh, well.
thing.
Yes, hello.
Hang on, my headphones.
It chirped and flapped its wings like a flustered servant, frantic to say otherwise. It's rare for us to get along so well.
This is Amore's first exposure to Type Moon.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is her. Well,
I'm
okay.
like so lost. I don't know if I might.
Oh my goodness, you
Wait.
missed the bread jokes and the carnival.
I actually might go because something came up, but
All good.
Oh,
All
okay.
good. No problem.
All right.
all right. I'll hang out with y'all some other time though. I was thinking about hanging out, but I'm not sure right now. I might go
problem.
back. I'll
Sure.
think
All
about
good.
it.
Oh, good.
Okay then. If it's a game she wants, a game she'll get. Let's liven things up a bit, shall we? Calmly, she pulled out a small object from her
Is that
pocket.
a friggin' egg?
It looks like
It's an egg.
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 It was a dark gray
Excellent.
Easter egg,
It's an egg.
and emanating from inside of it was the ticking of a clock.
Oh. Clock from egg. Clock and egg. Egg.
Would it be-
Egg clock.
The White Rabbit?
Oh. True. I did not think of that.
That's the only thing that came to my mind, is that if we're doing Alice in Wonderland type.
Hey man, bro is late.
He's late. He's late. He's late for a very important murder.
Bro's late. You really do be
Can you
late.
imagine? Can you imagine the bunny comes out and he's just like ripped?
Oh my god.
It's just like a bodybuilder man that just happens to have a poofy tail.
Oh my
And,
god.
and ears.
He's it's- Have you seen
He's like
have you seen
he's-
that one
he's built-
that one college humor a video with the friggin' The Rock as Bambi?
Yes,
It's
like
that,
God.
but with
and he's fucking built like basically like a buff Julius Caesar. And he's just like, I'm late, but you're about to be dead. The Robin knew it to be a ploy kickshaw with a bad attitude for exceeding flat snarks, known to be among the best in one-on-one situations.
Oh shoot.
Oh, we're getting an animation?
Ooh.
Go. I've set the
Extolling time for
extolling-
20
the
minutes.
extolling time for 20 minutes. Break in that subtle way of yours. And together, with the witch's breath, the egg filled with praise disappeared.
Whew, okay.
Fun. Also, I think all of your rain has finally hit Ohio, because I'm starting to hear rain outside my
Oh my
window.
god.
Suddenly, a strong wind swept through the park. Ooh, it's supposed to turn into snow soon.
Oh. Stay safe.
That's the thought. I don't have to. Well, no, I do have to go out. I do have to go to the store tomorrow, but I'm probably not gonna wake up until fucking like 4 in the afternoon.
Fair.
So
Real.
the words
I could have killed them all by myself.
floated through the air. I don't know. That's just the voice I just
Sure.
needed to give it.
Whatever.
It was the disappointment of something enormous that was both visible yet overlooked. Alco and Sojiro continued their dash towards the boundary separating the park from outside. The curio horde that stood in their way had reduced in number. The iron fence that separated the two from the outside world was just over 300 yards away.
Do you think that like Sojiro like accidentally caught like a little bit of the bread man, of like the debris of the bread, the bread debris, and just like tried taking a bite out of it.
Oh, 100% he's trying. If not, he will at the end. If there's any pieces left, he's gonna try.
He's like tried to eat it, but Alco's like slaps it out of his hands.
He's like, well, we got subsidies from the things you you killed. And he goes, ah, and she's like, you dumbass! They'll kill you from the inside. They're still basically living. It's like, oh.
All right.
Thank you. Okay.
Anyways.
Funny how that works. Also, I love the it balloon that was in the corner. It's just a
Yo,
just a
Platoon.
super red balloon. Fortunately, there were no particularly large buildings bearing their path. If the Ferris wheel had stood in their way, that would have spelled the end, but thankfully it had yet to reach its full strength.
Good.
What?
Great.
The only thing that appeared before them were oddities that could be easily handled by Alco's simple magecraft. At this rate, we just might. She would have said, make it to the fence if her lungs would have allowed it. Since Alco was utilizing the ample mana filling the park, her tank of magical energy was nearly full. Coupled with the fact that the condition of her body's circuits was steadily improving to the extent that she would be able to unleash one last all-out onslaught.
Oh god, it's the egg.
Huh? It's the egg. Until... Above her field of vision, something unusual was hovering. It was locked on Sojiro, hovering 10 feet above him, over to one side. Suzuki, look!
What? Oh, that thing? Ah, it's been on us for a while.
Sojiro has seemingly noticed before Alco, hence his previous awkward glances toward the sky. In truth, it would have been stranger for him to not notice the thing that was practically glued to him.
Fair enough, actually.
In terms of its size, the floating object measured to be about 3 feet in diameter. Tiles covered its exterior, about which a multitude of spinning lights danced about.
Is that an egg?
Sojiro asked, not really sure what to call it. An egg? If it's an egg, then that means it'll crack! Her bullets bounced off like it was made of rubber.
Oh.
That trait, the ability to deflect all outside interference, confirmed to Alco that this thing was undoubtedly a poly kickshaw.
An employee.
Fuck, you're right. I've gotten so used to saying it now. Plus, doesn't poly kickshaw sound so much better than a ploy kickshaw?
Fair.
I feel like it sounds so much cooler. Anyways, knew it. I can't break its rules from the outside. Suzuki, don't take your eyes off of it, even for a second. No matter what happens, keep your eyes locked on it, even if it's just the corner of your vision.
Okay.
Ako picked up her pace as she barked orders. The Eggman who sat on the wall. The Eggman who sat on... Oh, it's Humpty Dumpty.
Oh my god.
Would
Does he
crack
have the master plan?
just as the tale spoke of.
I am the Eggman. I have the master plan. I've come to make an announcement. Sojiro Suzuki is a bitch-ass motherfucker.
He tried to take my wife. My God.
Oh my god.
New plan. Adultery.
Jeez.
Nothing anyone could do or say would cause him to fall, but the moment they stopped looking, it would tumble down and break into pieces. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put him back together again. Or so it says. It was the Mother Goose poem Humpty Dumpty.
Why is
I ain't scared of an egg.
Mr. Dumpty over here so ominous looking?
He can see all of your sins.
Oh my god, it's Humped the Impaler.
No.
Keith, I want you to realize that sounds worse.
That's fine.
That's fine. It's all good.
If Sojiro was its target, the moment he averted his gaze, it would tumble and explode. Except for the exploding part. Who knows what'll happen when it falls? Either way, it was going to scatter something troublesome when it fell. A bunch of fucking spiders come out.
God, no, please.
It's oval shaped, the keyhole adorning the front, and writing inscribed upon it. They all made her anxious.
They really do be going up the water spout, huh?
And down will come the rain. And wash the
Oh
spiders
no.
out. But will the sun come out and dry up all the rain?
I don't know. I don't know, B.
Spider, run up the spout again.
Oh god.
If it was an egg, I bet it was going to hatch at some point. That or it's a bunch of golden geese, and geese are terrifying.
True. Golden geese, spiders, I don't know. There's a non-zero chance for either, to be honest.
The best depiction of how terrifying gooses are is in the first Puss in Boots film.
True.
Those bitches be terrifying. Even if he continued to stare, once the time came for whatever was inside it to come out, they would have even less ability to conserve their energy.
Aozaki, slow down, would you? If you use up all your energy now, you'll...
Forget about what comes next. Just focus on watching that egg. Bread. At this critical juncture, the breadmen stepped out to join the egg and block their path. Out of the way! The breadmen were marching forth in a grand battalion. At her level of firepower, Alco should have easily mowed them down. However...
Oh, that's not great.
These have hard crusts? Take this! If Snap failed to do the job, that meant it was time for her to put her crest into use. Draw a formula-triggered bullet encased in a full wind jacket. If her previous shots were the equivalent of a machine gun volley, then this was her artillery shot.
Oh.
The hard-crusted bread had absorbed her snap without a dent scattered into 1,000 of tiny pieces at her draws tore it.
Whoa.
Of course, the destruction did not end with just the breadmen. Sending bricks flying, the previously paved road was now bare. The nearby stall that had turned into a skeleton of steel beams. It was a spectacle that made Sojiro question which force, the wall breadmen or Alco's ability to lay waste to things, would obstruct their path more. Hey! Don't wander off! It's dangerous if you don't stick close to me! Come on, get closer! We're out of strikes, you know. If they surround us, you'll be a goner. You should know hostages don't mean squat to me, and it's not like I can pick out my targets preciously anyway. This made a lot of sense to Sojiro. He had not fully appreciated the part about hostages, but he did get the gist of it.
So, basically, I'm in danger no matter where I stand.
You. Offended though she was by his typical naive response, she could not help but be impressed. Sojiro was a straight arrow through and through. His eyes stayed firmly focused on the egg overhead, even amidst the chaos of the melee unfolding before him. I don't know why I was worried. You might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but you sure are good at following orders.
One thing, Naozaki. Was I imagining things? Or did those breadmen seem tougher than before?
No, weren't imagining that. They're getting stronger. They must have nailed down their mass production process, so they've turned their attention to upping the quality.
Oh, God.
By the way, he's not looking at the egg.
Oh, no.
You figured out already? As you figured out already, they're just going to get tougher as we go. It seems like even those bread guys have started to develop individuality.
Oh, no. There's gonna be sourdough breadmen.
What about pumpernickel?
No.
Oh my god. No.
Eventually, they're going to figure out how to make themselves into grilled cheese. Then they'll be in trouble.
Good.
I was literally about to say Asiago bagel man.
Nah, Sojiro and Aoko are not ready for the friggin' everything bagel men.
Oh my god, they spit out like the sesame seeds.
My lord. No, please.
They started to develop individuality. No.
No.
I hate to think about it, but they might start spreading themselves with jelly or wearing other fillings and merging with the
Real! Grilled cheese men are real!
Oh my god.
I did not
I love it
imagine
when-
living bread people as enemies in Type Moon, but okay.
You know what?
It's
Me
fine.
neither. But we're figuring
went-
this out together.
We went from
Mhm.
we went from dangerous vampires, horrified zombies, and like a twin version
Mild
of
actual,
yourselves.
like mild actual. Like I feel like the story that we went through with Tsukihime, like there were some genuinely spooky bits, but right now, this is funny as fuck.
This is just nonsense, dude.
This really is like
This is
I'm
a
having fun.
this
Like
is
not
a
to say that
different
Tsukihime
caliber.
wasn't fun, but this is fun.
It is absolutely insane, and I legit love it.
Good lord.
It's so they're gonna spread themselves with jelly.
my God. Oh god, no, not the friggin'
Fine.
not the bagel cream cheese.
Not Welch's jelly.
No, please. Salted biscuit man.
No. The fluffy dough rise man.
Bro. Yo, instead of friggin' the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, it's friggin' like Pillsbury Doughboy.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I love the Pillsbury dough.
Pillsbury Doughboy, but it's kitsy.
Oh my god. Though she was joking, her eyes were dead serious. Sojiro shuddered at the thought of the situation growing even more dire. I mean, Asiago? Everything bagels? Cream cheese? The horror, truly.
So, you're saying those guys are gonna become as terrifying as the puppet from the House of Mirrors soon?
Oh, you can count on it. And I'll have my hands full with bread that rare. Say, Suzuki, think you can handle yourself against one of those? Sojiro shook his head, a look of complete aversion upon his face. It's like, that ain't happening. No, no, no. I didn't think so. So, let's get moving. Can't afford to hang around here. He's so cute. Look at his little face. Alco took a quick, deep breath and then began to sprint once again. Far in the distance, through the fog, the iron fence waited 300 paces away. As long as nothing happened, they would make it there in one piece.
God dang it, something's gonna happen.
Yo ho ho, they took a bite of gum gum. Sojiro followed after Alco, holding onto that all too convenient.
Same.
I'm waiting for the explosion from Humpty Dumpty. But hope was something ever fleeting. It lasted not even 300 yards.
Right.
Oh, dang.
The edge of the amusement park may well have been the edge of the world.
Okay. All right. Oh no.
What?
Oh boy. What?
Dozens of undulating horizons could be seen, crowding the skies like a giant cloud or a thick curtain. Or perhaps groaning lips. It was the end of the road, the outer limit of an outrageous and fantastical realm. And yet, Alco found it to be much like the last page of an enormous picture book. The sight turned her mind blank. Well, this is about as bad as it gets, she thought. The Snark, this island of despair, had at last brought Alco to her knees as she stared at the swelling border. The park indeed had an end. Even now, as Alco and Sojiro had expected it to be, a fence divided the amusement park from the residential area neighboring it. It had both doubled in height and had made sturdier another hurdle she had foreseen before even laying eyes on it. Expecting it to have been snarkified, Alco had come prepared to demolish an obstacle or two. But this construction before her went far beyond a mere wall.
Whew. So
Yes.
what? So this is like, I can't even begin to comprehend how many fences there are.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5.
Maybe 6.
10 at most. But I'm going with a solid 8.
Sure, let's go with that.
Solid 8. It was an ocean that separated the underworld from the mortal one. Persephone, are you in there? Hades, can we pet your dog?
Oh my god.
The iron fence was like a restless, surging sea. 1 or 2 walls could easily be toppled. Even 10 or 20 could be dealt with one way or another. Between the power left in her body and that which filled the park, putting on a brave front was within her power. She could fully mobilize her circuits and her crest to the point of burnout in a last-ditch effort, but like some reenactment of the parting of the Red Sea. Ramses, let my people go.
Oh my god.
But then that would be it. Even if a path could be opened, she would not have the energy left to walk it. And it was obvious what would become of her afterward. The residents would hardly forgive her for wreaking such havoc around their park. Like ants drawn to honey, they would swarm the helpless girl and tear her to pieces. Despondent and exhausted, she felt the faint sting of remorse. Escaping the park. Looking back on how they had gotten here, Alco recognized that her choices had been her undoing. Under the golden full moon, beams of steel bent and merged like wire-frame sculptures. It was only a matter of time before the amusement park itself became one colossal monster. The horde of familiars gathered in the plaza where Alice was had formed an impenetrable blockade around her. Just above the head of the boy beside her, the whispering egg, called Scratch Dumpty, continued to shuffle what appeared on its surface.
Ozaki.
Shizuki? The boy's voice snapped Alco out of her trance. If only for a moment. The stark reality of the situation quickly dawned on the novice mage. The sheer hopelessness of it all, as it ripped out and snatched away any ill will she had to resist. Any will to resist.
Let's head for the gate. It's hopeless here, but we might have a chance at the entrance. That flat Snark thing. You said it had its own set of rules to follow, right? Then we need to think about the basics. The fence would have been unpassable from the start. The gate might still work as an entrance and an exit.
Sojiro had not given in to the panic. Alco found herself honestly admiring Sojiro's ability to analyze Snark's characteristics, given the circumstances. Now calm, she steered her resolve. You're right. The gate is a good option. But just getting there will be a challenge. Even the weakest enemies, those lows, are becoming hard to deal with.
I thought I had already pressed the key for a minute.
Oh, you're all good. Are you enjoying your Pocky? I don't know if you're still eating
No,
it.
I'm out of Pocky now.
Which ones was it? Was it just
It's just chocolate.
Good.
Yes.
Plus, the best of her familiars are just going to keep gathering at the plaza and the entrance. I mean, the gate itself might be a monster even worse than the Ferris wheel. It's designed to look like a giant kitsy.
Oh my god. Oh my god, no. True.
Oh, and it hasn't woken up yet.
Oh my god, right, true. So, you're not going to the front gate?
Nah, we have a better chance over here. Akko took another glance at the undulating iron fences. It was too late to achieve their goal of making it out alive. In that case, she decided to prioritize the other promise she had made. I'm going to go ahead and break down the fences here. You have to escape once you see an opening. Then my job will be done. Though her words were few, her tone was the whole story. She was telling him to escape by himself.
It's not possible. You can't destroy him by yourself, Alzaki.
If I were by myself, you'd be right. Right now the park is actually helping me. With this much fuel, all I need to do is aim and pull the trigger. All it needs is one good blast. That said, I'll only be able to do it once. So as soon as I open a hole, I need you to run like your life depends on it. She would carve a path through this iron sea of fences. Gambling on one final effort, a great incarnation to launch a massive projectile that pushes her limits to the extreme. As an outsider, Sojiro could not even begin to imagine just how much of a burden this would be for her. All he could imagine was a hazy vision of Aoko being left behind in this park. What would happen to her? Would that girl in black come to save her? Cruel as it was to imagine, he knew she would not. After Aoko had exhausted her very best in order to save him, that girl would not stay her hand. The only way Alice would let Aoko off the hook was if Aoko killed Sojiro as payment. And so, get back about 50 feet. It'll take time to cast, but I'll make sure to finish this before that egg gets hard-boiled.
Hard-boiled.
Without saying that this was the only path.
Wait. I want to know. Is there even a point to letting me go?
None. Even once you've got out, there's no way you'll be able to escape Alice forever. But I'm stubborn to the very end. I said I'd protect you, so I'm damn well going to do my best to keep you alive. Surprised by her seemingly moral stance, Sojiro saw Aoko in a new light. But of course. Sojiro realized that she was not fighting for his sake, but for the sake of her pride.
Right. I guess you did say that. But it's not like you to let me go by myself.
Oh, give me a break. Just move already. For some reason, Aoko took a step away from him. She was recalling how an hour ago he had gotten the better of her.
Azaki, if you're still willing to fight, then let's do it some other way. If you can destroy that monster of a fence, then let's put your power to better use.
There isn't anything else I can do. Sorry, but all I can do is destroy what I can see. Dying for some forlorn hope isn't how I want to go out. Don't you get it? The fact is, blowing this thing up to let you slip out is all I can manage. I can't beat Flat Snark or anything else. It's the least I can do after...
So, you're gonna run from this responsibility too?
Aoko was about to turn her back on him when Sojiro clutched her hand. They're holding hands. Her brain short-circuited. His words caught something inside of her to boil with rage. It was as though someone had set her heart on fire. The surprise that pricked open her true feelings and the disappointment she felt towards herself thawed her frozen limbs. Why you? Don't get it backwards! I'm the one letting you escape, not the other way around. I'll blow the whole damn park if I feel like it, just you watch.
Okay. In that case, it'd be a waste to help me escape right now. Save that move for when you really mean it. I'll give you a hand until then.
Huh? You? Help me? Talk about a waste of time. Now you're really pissing me off. Just get out of here, you dimwit. What use do I have for a dunce whose special power is running himself ragged?
I may be pretty exhausted, but you're in worse shape, Aozaki. Just look at yourself. You're tired and injured.
Not to mention the injury to her back that Alco had nearly forgotten about. Even now, she couldn't ignore the pain that automaton had inflicted on her spine. With iron will, she'd managed to push it out of her mind. Mostly.
Even without any of that magecraft stuff, I'm still in better shape than you are. I could probably even carry you all the way to the entrance if I need to.
Don't make promises you can't keep. Just go. I'm used to this, and you're not. This is your first time facing this sort of thing, right? So it's okay. The fact that they were a team. The fact that she would still have to kill him after all this. None of the irony was lost on her as she said those words. Because none of it mattered anymore. Still, Sojiro didn't let go of her hand. He gripped it even harder. His expression was the same as ever. Alco frowned, trying to figure out if he was upset with her.
You're right. This is my first time with this sort of thing. But I've experienced my own fair share of danger in the mountains. I've even been attacked by a deer, you know.
As a city girl, she had no idea what it meant to be attacked by a deer, but his determination was apparent enough. True. Looking back on it now, he had maintained his composure through it all. A normal person would barely be able to talk through such panic. Perhaps growing up deep in the mountains from civilization had taught him to stay calm in the face of so much.
So, trust me. Just a little.
He spoke his plan, unadulterated feelings, his plain unadulterated feelings, and released his hand. There was no lie in him. In fact, he was too honest, so much so that she found it hard to believe him. Sojiro had no reason to go that far. As it stood, Alco had no future. After confessing this and telling him to escape, why did this...
Oh. It's fine.
You did it again.
Frick. No,
No, you didn't. No,
Wait, what?
No, you didn't.
Oh.
Okay. No, you didn't. I'm stupid.
What?
I'm stupid. Ignore me. So trust me. There was no lie in him. The fact, Sojiro had no reason for that. Is it to know the future? You did it again. You need to wait after she had no future. You need to not hit it when that happens. Okay, there we go. So slowly hit the button again. After confessing this and telling him to escape, why did this boy still offer to help a person like her? I don't understand. Why do all of this? You're going to die if you stay with me. This is it. This is your last chance. Think it through. You should be running.
I know. But I'm not going anywhere.
Sojiro answered immediately, realizing that Alco was looking for his reason. This level of insight in Sojiro's demanded a round of applause.
If I do, you'll die, Ozaki.
His words were as irrational as ever. But why? Why do it? Why go so far for me? She was yelling out of frustration. After thinking for a moment, Sojiro replied.
I guess it's because I like you.
Won't you?
Simple and to the point. His face seemed to ask why she would even question him so. There was a pause, no more than 2 seconds. His surprise attack had stopped Alco in her tracks. Alice was not the only one who had an ace up her sleeve. That line reached deeper than flat Snark could ever hope to. All Alco could respond with was an expression of pure shock. It was a simple, stubborn reason, the strongest kind on earth. Sojiro Suzuki was indeed incomprehensible to be able to work unconditionally with someone who was trying to kill him. But she felt as though she finally grasped a sliver of his true nature. Tobimaru and the others' assessment of him was correct, as vexing as it was to admit. Even though I can't stand you, you sure are a dip, you know? He laughed at her sour grumbling. At this point, he was used to her insults. Their clash of wills ended here. Alco's blood ran hot from her blazing heart. If he was going to make a face like that, all she could do was try to think of a way to get them both home. Running away isn't really my thing anyway. Fine, I'll stick it out to the end. And if you're going to stay with me, Suzuki, I'm sure we can find a way for you to help. Though her tone had lightened, there was still hesitation in her eyes. It was only natural. Naozaki had not a clue as to how to begin to fight a Snark. If only she had been just a bit more skilled, or had trained just a bit more, there might have been some way to look for it. I'm better than this. If only I had a way to peel back its true form. Without realization, she had let her apprehension show. English. Whining was pointless. She would just have to figure it out all by herself. But...
What? That's all we need to figure out?
Huh? Alco gave him a look as to ask him what that was supposed to mean.
I mean, you asked me earlier to look for something weird, right?
Sojiro also made a face that suggested she should have brought it up sooner. Wait, you know what it is?
I think so. Well, I've been wondering about it for a while, actually.
Sojiro whispered in her ear quietly so as not to be overheard. By who? Us? Huh. Certainly unexpected. But then again, equally obvious. After he explained the mistake, she knew right away that he was correct. At last, she had an inkling of Flat Snark's original form, namely... Oh, what is it? 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 What is it?
What is it, though?
Huh? What?
All right.
Okay. They strategized for 10 minutes. Cool. After deliberating regarding the Snark's true form and figuring a plan of attack, the two exchanged nods, accepting their roles. We'll be splitting up now. Don't make it a repeat of the blunder in the House of Mirrors. You're the crux of this operation. If you
Bungle.
bungle? If you bungle the start even a little, there's no coming back from this one. Though she jabbed him for his previous failure as a decoy, her voice was bright. Ako's original vigor had returned to her as Sojiro's discovery of the truth. Meanwhile, Sojiro was also getting serious in his own way. He took Alko's warning to heart. Good, but remember that our positions are reversed this time. If we fail, I'm not the one who's going to die. It's you. I won't be there to clean up your mess. So watch your step.
I know. After all this, I regret what not taking your advice earlier. I'll be careful.
Sojiro nodded, telling her to leave it to him, though he made it sound like he was holding a grudge. It seemed to him that the only way of showing her his resolve. Ako let out a sigh of defeat. Once more, she can figure him out. Seriously? I can't tell if you're a big idiot or a big hero. Whichever one it is, I'm counting on you. Don't let me down. She'd wanted to say that she believed in him, but apparently that was too embarrassing for her. Ako turned away from Sojiro and began to run. She had begun to think that maybe this change of pace was not so bad after all. And I think that's where we should
All right,
stop.
yep.
Oh, and so ended this intermission. Perfect. I don't know what that means, but I feel like that's a perfect stopping point. Clapping. I'm clapping. Softly.
Fun chapter.
Alright, everyone say goodbye.
Later, gamers.
Have a good one.
Where's the exit button? Hold on. And then